guys, today's video is going to be all about winter hair, the dry, sort of frizzy, staticky, gross winter hair that everybody gets because the weather is so dry, it's so cold, and there's a lot more blow drying and heat processing going on. So I'm just going to run through a couple of different categories of things that have helped me to sort of retain some of the moisture in my hair. I'm doing this video because I just got my hair cut and I realized how dead my hair was. So the 5 categories are kind of going through things you can do outside of the shower, in the shower, heat protectants, serums, and then about heat tools. So I have a ton of crap on my desk essentially, so I'm going to try to go through this pretty quickly. So the first category is products to be so weary of, like outside of the shower, just when you're styling in general. Everybody, not everybody, most people use some type of mousse or gel or hairspray or something to hold their hair in place, which is understandable. I do it all the time. What you want to be careful of is a lot of these types of hairsprays, gels, and mousses have a lot of alcohol in them, and alcohol, just because of its nature, is super drying. It'll make your hair look great in that minute, but after sort of long-term use of it, it'll just suck all the moisture out of your hair and you'll have like gross, really crunchy hair. So hairsprays like this, Aquanet, which I am super guilty of using because this will get your hair hard as a rock. If you don't want it to move like a centimeter, even if there's like a tornado outside, Aquanet will hold your hair in place. So I'm so guilty of using this, but the first ingredient on this is water. Sorry, the third ingredient is alcohol, and the higher it appears on the list, the more of the product, like the higher percentage of it is in the product, if that makes sense. So be really careful with hairsprays. Obviously I'm not going to tell you not to use them, you're going to. Just be careful, look at the ingredients, make sure that you're using hairsprays that don't contain that much alcohol, and if they do, use them very carefully. And then even ones like Bedhead, which I guess because of the brand, people think that certain brands are safer for your hair or better for your hair. This has just as much alcohol, if not more, than the Aquanet. This is the Massive Shine hairspray, so it'll make your hair look really healthy and shiny and good, but because it has so much alcohol in it, it'll still end up damaging it in the long run. I have these because I use them. Obviously, people will use them anyway. Just be careful and conscious of how much product you're putting in your hair, especially when there's lots of alcohol. A good substitute for those things are Herbal Essences products. If you look, they really don't contain any alcohol sometimes, which is great. Obviously, mousse is not the same as hairspray, and I don't have their hairsprays on hand, but my guess is that if they're gel, which, my hair's curly, like, actually, this is, like, curly iron curls, but, my guess is that because Herbal Essences, their gel has such a low alcohol content, their hairsprays and mousses will probably do that too. So make sure you just are aware of it. If your hair's curly to begin with, it's naturally more dry than straight hair, so you do want to be conscious of that. Is ways to just put moisture back into your hair, and the best place to do that is in the shower. The heat will open up the follicles, and it's a lot more open to accepting sort of moisture and sort of treatment from different types of products. That's why there are so many conditioners, so many deep conditioners, leave-in conditioners, conditioners that you're supposed to apply after you get out of the shower and then rinse it out. There are tons and tons of these because that's the ideal time to sort of put moisture back into your hair. Deep conditioners, I have the 3 Minute Miracle by Aussie, and this is pretty much empty, but I needed to keep it to do the video. And this is just a really deep conditioner. You leave it in, wash your hair, put in the conditioner, do your own thing. So because it's 3 minutes, the best time for me to do it is I will shampoo my hair, put this in for 3 minutes, like tie it up, and then like in that 3 minute time span, that's when I'll do like the rest, like washing my face and like shaving my legs and all that gross stuff. And then it's time for you to take the conditioner out. So it's really not a hindrance at all. It's just like using conditioner. Tons of these things you don't even have to really go out of your way to do. Just sort of slip it into your routine and your hair will be so grateful. And then there's the Triple Moisture Deep Recovery Hair Mask from Neutrogena, and it's the same idea. 3 to 5 minutes, you just let it soak in your hair. When you have these conditioners in, you want to run a comb through it just to sort of get them evenly distributed throughout your hair, because you want all of your hair to get the conditioner equally. Then there are other types of keratin treatments. There are these two. I talked about this in one of my hauls or reviews. This is just a really great hair mask. It's the Miracle 7 as opposed to It's a 10 was the name of the other brand. This just claims to do 3 less things. It's a 10 claims to do like blah 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 and blah 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 10 things. This one is just 7. I really don't notice a difference. They smell a little different. They both smell good. Doesn't matter. This is at Sally's. I think It's a 10 is, they carry it in Walmart. I'm not sure if Ulta has it, because I don't really get that kind. So my roommate does, but I'm not sure where she gets it. This is the Miracle 7, and it's great, and it's purple, and that's my favorite color. So great. And then here's another keratin treatment. This is the kind where you wash your hair as normal, get out of the shower, towel dry your hair, then you put this on, and you slap on one of those plastic hair shower caps, and just kind of circulate a blow dryer around your hair, really at the lowest heat setting, at the lowest sort of force, just to open up your follicles more, and so they're more susceptible to taking in the moisture. And then you rinse it out. So this is a little more annoying because you have to get out of the shower, dry your hair, jump back in the shower. So this is kind of annoying. I rarely do this one, but I did it for a while. My hair was bleach blonde because literally my hair was dead. So that's, if you bleach your hair, you really need to invest in conditioners. Then the kind of surprising thing that I'm going to add to this list is I dye my hair a lot. So I have accumulated so many of these little conditioners that are in boxes of hair dye. These conditioners, there are no words to describe how amazing these conditioners are. I think a box of hair dye is like $7, and this is enough for like 3 or 4 uses. If you are in need of a good conditioner and don't mind spending $7 for something you can only use 4 times, these are the best investment ever. If you've ever dyed your hair and like at home and afterwards it's been like the silkiest you've ever felt it and it just smells incredible, and you think it's the hair dye, it's not. Hair dye is super damaging. These things sort of combat how damaging the hair dye is, and they're great for color. So if your hair is color treated, even if you don't dye your hair, if you want to spend $7 and get an incredible conditioner, go to like any box of hair dye. The cheapest one's conditioner will still probably be great. These are amazing. I have like 6 of them in the shower because I dye my hair so much, and they smell incredible. They're just really good for your hair because they're supposed to combat how drying and like straining the dye is on your hair. So if you don't dye your hair, imagine how great these will work for you. They're just, I cannot say enough about them because they're so great. And then another kind of surprising thing is a shampoo. Obviously, use moisturizing shampoos, things like that. I feel like Pantene has like a wintry shampoo. The outside looks like an icicle or snowflake or something that's targeted for the winter when it's super dry outside and your hair's not getting any moisture from the air. A surprising shampoo that you should consider using is Head & Shoulders. You're probably thinking, well, ew, I don't have dandruff. Ew, neither do I. This is such a good shampoo. It works on your scalp, right? Because the whole point of dandruff shampoo is to really moisturize your scalp, and honestly, I don't really know what it does, but it does good things to your scalp that make your hair super healthy and your scalp not gross and flaky. If you don't have dandruff, this is still a great product to use because it still does all those good things to your scalp, which results in your hair looking amazing because your hair gets all its nutrients from your scalp. All the scalp oils, all the sort of nutrients and things like that, all come directly from your scalp. So if you're treating your scalp, it's like inevitable that your hair is going to come out looking great. I use this in the winter because my hair and my skin gets so dry. This just like moisturizes everything up here, and my hair turns out super shiny. Right when you hop out of the shower, what do? Most people blow dry their hair. Most people maybe wait for it to air dry, then straighten it, curl it, whatever. If you are going to put any heat tool near your hair, please put a heat protectant on. I have these two. I have Not Your Mother's Beat the Heat. Yeah, Beat the Heat Thermal Shielding Spray, and then this Frizzy's Heat Defeat. They're the same thing. They're all defeating and beating heat. This one, John Frieda does a lot with sort of straight and curly hair, so he'll always specify like, oh, this is good for straight, this is good for curly, this is good for blonde, brunette, blah 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 blah. The point is, it protects your hair, especially if you're straightening it, and I guess this makes your hair stay straighter longer. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know what the difference is. They smell very different. This one smells a lot fruitier and like sugarier. This one just smells like a stereotypical, just kind of clean, shampoo-y smell. You need these if you are putting anything hot near your hair, especially if you do it on a daily basis. So I blow dry my hair and style it every other day. That sucks for my hair. It really sucks for my hair. Imagine like pointing a blow dryer at just like your skin for like a half an hour. every other day. Like, your scalp is like getting all this damage, your hair is just suffering. I know, it's a little dramatic, but it is. So this just kind of helps protect it. Your hair, you'll notice if you start using this that the condition of your hair will stay better longer, especially if you're abusing heat tools like I do. I mean, like, I have like 5 curling irons and 2 straightening irons and a blow dryer. Like, I know how bad I am to my hair, which is why I do all these things to prevent it. So heat protectant spray is a must, a must, a must, a must. The thing about it is, put it on before you blow dry your hair, and then it'll kind of last through the straightening or curling or whatever you do afterwards. Do not put it on, like, do not spray it on and then put a curling iron on your hair. The sizzle you hear when that happens is a bad sound. Horrible sound. You don't want to hear that sound. If you smell burning, if you hear sizzling, any of those sounds that just make you pause and think, oh, maybe this isn't great, it's probably not great, stop. Just stop doing it. Wait for your hair to be dry before you kind of mess with any kinds of styling tools or anything like that, except for blow dryers. The last thing is sort of serums and shine sprays that honestly don't really have a restorative value to your hair, but what they do is they make your hair look good if you're in the process of trying to make it look better. So I have another Not Your Mother's product. This one smells like tropical to me. It's kind of coconutty. It doesn't even say what it's supposed to smell like. It smells good. So these kinds of shine sprays and then these serums. The Triple Moisture Serum will kind of help your hair, but these are mostly for aesthetic things. If your hair is so damaged that it doesn't look good, if you put in these shine sprays and use it while you're styling your hair, it'll help a lot. So it'll kind of give the illusion of healthy hair, but it's important to know that that's not enough alone. You have to be doing kind of other conditioning things as well. And I tread really lightly when it comes to this because no one is going to stop using styling tools. If you religiously use a blow dryer or a straightening iron or a curling iron, pretty much nothing I can say will get you to stop using them, and I'd be the biggest hypocrite in the world if I told you to stop using them, because I use them every day. So there's no point in me doing that. What I will say is, just be very careful when you're using sort of heat tools. If you can curl your hair on a really low heat setting and hold it for only 5 seconds and it'll look great, do that. If you can do that, then you don't need to be putting the heat, like the curling iron, up to the highest heat and holding it for 15 seconds. If the curl looks the same both ways, just do it to preserve your hair. Like, experiment with like the lowest setting you can use, the lowest time, and then just find like a happy balance. Just be careful, you know what I mean? Like, you're not going to stop using it. If I tell you to stop using it, I look like a jerk, so what am I going to say? Stop. You can't. You won't. So just be careful, because ultimately it is your hair, and like once you just like fry the ends, you just have to cut them off. So just be careful with them. Again, I said that like 12 times, but that's really the only thing I can say. Do it in moderation. Do it carefully. You know, whatever. I hope this helped. I know winter's almost over, but it's always nice to know these kinds of things. But yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. But thanks so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.